Welcome to this Trello tutorial for beginners. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to use Trello for your business. I'll show you how to set up an account, how to use workspaces, how to invite team members, how to use templates, how to create a board, how to create tasks, how to manage your account, and a lot of more stuff. So first I want to get started. I just signed up on Trello and this is what it looks like. So I used Google to sign up and this is the welcome page. So welcome to Trello. Here you can click on next and then it all starts with the board. So here you can name your first board. This will be a, we can give this a name. In this case, I can call this test #1 and I'll click on next. Then you can name your lists if you have to-dos. In this case, I can skip this step. Then you can invite your team. I will skip this step as well because I'll show you how to do that later on. And then you can see try Trello Premium free for 30 days. I will skip this. And now we are in Trello. So you can see this is pink. Now I want to change the background. So I'll click on the three dots here, click on change background and I can choose a different color. Now I'll choose something that's not as bright. I think this looks alright just to show you, or maybe we can use orange. This looks also nice. Just to show you how all of this works. Let's use blue. So now I've changed the background and now we can get started using Trello. So what exactly is this? What do we need? Where do we navigate? So I first want to show you how to create a workspace because it all starts with a workspace, and I once deleted a workspace on accident and I lost all of my progress. So I really want you to avoid this problem as well. So we click on workspace and we can see we have one workspace now. So a workspace is basically just like a Slack team or a Slack workspace, or maybe if you're familiar with Discord, it's like a Discord server. So it's like or like a WhatsApp group. So in your WhatsApp group, on your Discord channel, you have multiple channels. Just like on Slack, you have multiple channels there, which are the boards. So the workspace is really important because all of your team members are going to be in one of your workspace. So you can see in this case, we only have one workspace and we can only have up to one workspace with the free plan. And now, yeah, we're not, so we can only have this one workspace with the free plan anyway, but if you have a premium plan, please be aware of this. So yeah, we now have our workspace, and if we click on our workspace, we can see that we're on the workspace we're on the workspace menu or dashboard, and we can change the name here. So we can name this workspace #1, or let's call this cool workspace #1. Then we can give this a short name, cool workspace name. Then we can also enter in a website and a description. In this case, I'll just save this information. Let's just add some numbers. And now we have our workspace. And when you click on change, you can also change the profile picture or the logo of your workspace. So now that we have our workspace, we want to create a board. So in order to create a board, you can either create a board from scratch, or you can also start with a template. So when you click on start with a template, you can choose top templates, or you can explore templates. And here we have many different like niches. So we have business, design, education, engineering. If I choose business, we might find a Kanban project management board. Or if we click on project management, we'll probably find a project management board. Here it is. I'll just choose this because this is a pretty basic project management board. If I scroll down, I can even see how this looks like. So we have project resources, questions for next meeting, to do, pending, blocked, and done. So this looks pretty nice. If you click on use template, you can give this a title. So I would call this board #1, and then you need to choose the workspace. In this case, we only have one. So here we can choose if we want to keep the cards and keep the template cards. So the cards are this is a card, this is a card, this is a card. So in this case, I don't want to keep the cards, and I'll click on create. And now we are in our board. So this is one board that we have here, and this is another board that we have when we created our account. So we're now in our board that we've created using a template, and here we have a few columns already. These columns are there because it's from the template. If you want to add new columns, you can click and add another list, or you can just double click, and then we could call this column #1, and then we can click on add list, and then we have a new column. And then we can add cards. So this could be to do task #1, click on add card, and now we have this to do task card. If I click on this card, it will open up this window, and we have some more settings here. So we can watch this notification. If, for example, someone is going to move this notification, we're gonna get an email saying that someone moved the notification. I'll just stop watching this. Then we can add members to this card. So you could add yourself as a member to this card. For example, you could add people from your team to this card. If they should do this to-do task, then you can assign them to this card, to this to-do. Then you can also add labels. So labels, if I just add this one right here, you can see it has this blue label then. And labels are pretty nice because this could be, I'm just trying to think of an example. So yeah, for example, we could use progress labels. So we have in progress, and we could create a new label, which is orange. So I could add this label to this. I'm not sure where this is now. Seems like it just disappeared, but I've created that one label, and then you can see it's also orange, and everybody sees in the board, okay, this is orange, it's in progress. So yeah, that's how to use labels. And then you can also add checklists. So you want to give this a checklist title. So this could be sub to do tasks. Then we can click on add, and we have a to do list. So I could do add item 1, add item 1, item 2, and item 3. And then we have a checklist here, and when you check one of these to do tasks, you can see we're 33, the kind of a progress bar, and we have now checked 33% of all of the tasks, or we have done 33% of all of the subtasks. And then when it's completed, you can see there's like an animation, and you can also see that all of the three tasks are completed. So that's how we can use checklists, and we can also add multiple checklists as far as I know. Yeah, you can see. And then we can add dates, we can add attachments, for example, images or audio files. We can add a cover, which will be an image. And then we can also add custom fields. Now there are power-ups and automations. I'll show you them in a second, but they're usually not as important, especially when using the free plan. And then you have some actions, so we can move this to a different board, for example. We can copy this card, we can make a template out of this card, we can archive this card, or we can share this card. So if you would like to delete a card, you cannot just right click, because there is no option to delete. So if you could right click it, you must click archive, because there is no way to like remove the task. You will need to archive them, and then they are kind of deleted. So that's how to delete cards. Now, if you would like to invite members, just click on share, and then you can share this board. So you can add people to this board. You can either create a link where people can join with this link, or you can enter an email address or a name where you can then send out an invitation, and then you can choose the permission, which can only be member unless you have a premium plan. Now if you click on workspace settings and click on workspace settings again, here you can also invite workspace members. Now there is a difference to this, because here we're inviting people to our whole workspace. They will be able to see all of our boards, and if I click on a board and click on share, we only invite people to one of our boards, which is this one right here. So there's a difference when inviting people. So now we know how to use templates, how to create cards, how to create columns. When you want to delete a column, also just click archive this list, and then that column is gone. And yeah, this is the Kanban view. So when you click on board, I see now. Okay, so for the free plan, we only have this Kanban view. if you would start a free trial, or if you would upgrade to a free plan, you could also have a table view, a calendar view, a timeline view, a dashboard, or a map. So it would basically, in a table view, it would show you all of the cards that we have in here in a table view. So you would basically have rows, and in like one of a row, in like one row, it shows this task #1, for example. So it wouldn't be displayed in columns, it would be displayed in rows, as the name suggests, in a table. So yeah, you can see in the free plan we cannot use other boards, we can only use the Kanban view. So that's how to switch views as well. And now I want to show you, I want to show you the other views, but this is not possible with the free plan. I want to show you how to use automations and power-ups. So this also doesn't work with the free plan as far as I know. But most of the time you'll be using rules. So create rules that automatically respond to actions, schedules, or a card's due date. So when you click on a rule, we can create rules. Now we could use this, for example, if someone moves a card to column 3, then someone specific should be assigned to that card, or something should happen when someone moves a card to a specific column. That could be one use case. When we click on create automation, we can add a trigger. So what triggers this rule, or what triggers this automation? This could be a card move. So when someone moves a card, this could be card changes. When someone changes an attachment, for example, or when someone adds a label. Then we have dates, we have checklists, when the checklist is complete, the card content, or fields. In this case, I'll just choose card move because this is pretty simple. And then when a card is added to or moved into the board by anyone except me, I'll just choose by anyone. So if anyone moves a card into this board, let's see if we can. Yeah, okay. If someone if a card is moved into here, then we can click on this plus icon, and we have some advanced settings here as well. So move card to bottom of the list, next list on the board, the previous list on the board. So let's choose top of the list. We can click a plus icon here, and then we can also add another action. So we have added a trigger and then a action. So when a card is moved into the board by anyone, then move the card to the top of the list. We could also actually change this action, because we could choose that the card should be moved to the bottom of the list, so it doesn't kind of change the view. It just gets added to the bottom of the list. So yeah, I click plus on this, and now we have a trigger and we have an action. If you click on save, then you can see we've created this rule right here. Now, it's a bit complicated to create rules. You kind of have to play around with this. I'm not an expert at rules, to be honest, but I was able to use this for my own business as well, because I use Trello for my personal projects as well. So when let's try to move something. So we have this card right here. If we move this to our board position, let's give it position 1. If we move this and we go back into our board, you can see we moved it to position 1. So it should be the first, this card should be first. But since we've set up this automation rule, that rule says that when a new card is moved to this board, then it should be added to the bottom of the list. So even though we select position 1, due to this rule, it will still added to the bottom of the list. So let's give this a let's add another test card. We have three cards right now. Let's try this one more time. Move to our board. Yeah, that's fine. Choose position 1, so it should be at the top. And if you go to our board, you can see it was at the top, but it was moved to the bottom because of our automation rule. Then we also have buttons, so create custom buttons on the back of every card or at the top of the board. To be honest, I haven't used this personally before, so I'm not able to give a lot of information or guidance on this. neither on email reports. So you can see set up email reports such as weekly summary of all cards that are due within 7 days. So this is also really useful if you have many different cards and many people that are working in a board. And then you can also send feedback, so help us improve your automations. Then we have power-ups. Now power-ups are, for example, we could link Trello with Google Calendar. So Google Calendar would be one power-up, or we have Google Drive, we have Jira. I'm not sure if Google Calendar is actually added on here. Yeah, Google Calendar Sync. Sync your Trello boards and cards with dates to Google Calendar. So basically, power-ups are just integrations with other apps. Now, to be honest, this is a little more complicated, so you would really need to look deep into this. For example, if we want to use GitHub with Trello, which is pretty complex because GitHub, GitHub usually, that's where you usually host code, and then if you want to connect it to Trello, it's a little bit more complex. Now, finally, I want to show you some of the account settings. So we have now know how to use Trello. And if we click onto our profile account and then on manage account, it opens up a new tab where we can change some of our own settings. So when we invite people to Trello, other people see us in these boards as well. So we can change our profile picture here and we can change our banner here because this is what other people also see. Then we can change our full name, our public name, our job title, department, and location. So we can change our information here. Then you can choose email notifications. Do you want to receive notifications or not? You can choose some security. You can change your password, for example. Account preference, connected apps like Google Drive, for example. Link preferences and product settings. But mostly, the most important, profile and visibility is probably what you're going to be using. And that's everything you need to know about Trello. Now, if this video was helpful, make sure to like the video and thank you for watching.